Hey, good afternoon, sir.
Yes, good afternoon.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great.
Glad
And
to hear.
how are you, Sarah?
So far, so good, no complaints. Yeah.
Right. And so let's begin then. Let me give you, I suppose you know my name is Titus. Okay, long name is Titus Kaipili Kuchurki, but you may call me by my short name, Titus. And then I've been a teacher for some time. I've been on this platform for the past 8 to 9 months, and I'm connecting you now from Kerala. Sarah, please introduce yourself.
Oh, okay. So, as you can see, my name is Sarah. I am from Uttarakhand. Yeah, Uttarakhand, Dehradun. By profession, I'm a teacher as well as I'm a tutor. I'm a content creator too.
Right.
And yes, if it comes to my hobbies, I love reading books. I'm a voracious
Mhm,
reader,
mhm.
and I love to journal.
Ah, you love to journal. Okay, wonderful. Oh,
Yeah.
wow, great. These days I'm so happy to hear people from Uttarakhand because there are so many of them actually. There is one doctor, Professor Chamali, who comes very regularly. I think he has completed over, I don't know, more than 120 sessions on EnglishYaari, and to me, he has come over 70 sessions also.
Wow.
He is a botany professor, and he is from, I suppose, must be from Chamali itself. I heard from him, and
Okay.
definitely Sunita Rawat. She's
Sunita.
from there, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember her because I think she came for 2 or 3 sessions we had together. It was great being with her, and then, each time, and then more than anybody else, I know one by Kishore Kumar. He is um, he is working in the medical field in one of the biggest and the most popular hospitals in Dehradun, and
Oh,
he's there. So he has told me about all those beautiful places. My God, how many places he has told me, Rishikesh and all that. The Uttarakhand was very unfamiliar to me, but after taking being in sessions with these people, Uttarakhand, it looks like I am already there. It looks like that. I know so many places, especially the Valley of Flowers. And
yes.
yeah,
Mhm.
so yeah.
As I've heard, so in many of your sessions, you have been to many places.
Oh yeah,
So,
I have been.
what plans you have for Uttarakhand, Dehradun?
Uttarakhand, definitely. That's in my people always say bucket list, but I have no bucket and list and all. If, whenever, whenever there is a possibility, I will make sure that I visit Uttarakhand. But sometimes, you get frightened a bit, scared a bit,
Yeah.
because of this. I never expected those landslides to happen. The first time it happened, it scared me. But the second time it happened, it scared me even more. Because even here in Kerala, last year, we had such a horrible experience where more than 450 people died, and around 400 and 500 homes were simply, literally disappeared overnight.
Yeah.
And I think the Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, also came to visited our place. And then, when you see people suffering for no reason of their own, you know why? It's the wrath of nature. I think nature sometimes is causing havoc. What can we do? Is it because we don't treat nature well? I don't
Yes.
know. Or is it because we don't do enough of what we ought to do? I
Yeah.
think we have a huge. Why is it not heard of in other parts of the world like this? I mean, why is it happening only in some of our places like this? Now, we
Yeah.
know certain areas are prone to natural disasters, and then why don't we do something about it?
Yeah.
Why don't we
Right.
do something? Why should poor people be always like this, or victims and victims of victims? One victim of floods, another one victim of flash floods, another one victim of tsunami. My wife and I, we are victims of the tsunami. You were
Oh.
not born. I'm sure you were not born that time. Maybe you did not even know. You have not even heard of that.
Oh. Yeah.
It happened in the year 2020. Sorry, it happened in the year 2004.
Okay.
The tsunami, the great tsunami that happened, and we were in the Maldives. We were in the Maldives on the 26th of December,
Oh.
as early as 9:26, and we just didn't expect anything like that. And then it was the dirty water that was there in our rooms. And in the
Oh.
Maldives, you don't enjoy so many rooms. We had only 2 rooms. And then so this water happened to gush into our rooms, and it was up to our chest level all of a sudden, just like that. And it was after breakfast. My wife was still in her night dress, and I was in my long mundu or dhoti, or I don't know what you say. This, yeah, we call it lungi. And it was absolutely difficult for us even to recall those movements, really makes us scared even today. The sound of the waves. And then what did we do? We simply got out of the room. Uh, so to say, we waded through it. And
Hmm.
then we managed to climb on an eye. We did not know what to do. So got on top of a guava tree first, and then looked a little more, far away from us, from to see whether the sea had, the land and the sea had met or not. So it was that bad. And then we realized that it was water and water and water everywhere. So there
Hmm.
was no more on an island. We suddenly realized the fact that we were on the Indian Ocean. As
Oh,
simple as at least for that while. And then we simply tried to come out of our, what shall we say, our accommodation. We went onto the main road, and there we could see people wailing and yelling and crying and weeping in tears, some of them with their children on their shoulders. And most of them, because we were not prepared for that. And we didn't know what was happening, and
yeah.
that was a kind of natural disaster. So for after 5 or 6 days, I think the High Commissioner of India came onto our island, and he asked, "What's wrong with you people? We don't know anything about you. Your island is not even listed in the list of uh, islands that are affected." And so I was the spokesperson for everyone there. We had an Indian community, around 18 of us, I think, got out and then spoke to the High Commissioner and then asked him to airlift us by the, what is it called, by the Air Force planes, cargo planes that were dropping food materials or food stuff onto the island. So he said, "Yes, I will do that." And he instructed the captain to come and take us to the capital, Maldives of the Maldives, Malé, the capital of the Maldives. Then we reached there. Then the Ministry of Education, since we were Ministry of Education teachers, Ministry of Education offered us two choices. Either you stay on the same island, but then you go for a break, take 2 months break, and then come back. Then they also said, if you want, we will also give you a promotion so that you go home now for 2 months. When you come back, we will give you not a promotion, we will give you a posting elsewhere as the principal of a school. But we chose the third option, that we said, bye bye, thank you very much. We can't manage to stay to work anymore on these islands, because we have really seen it, we have witnessed it. And each time we see the Indian Ocean, the waves in the sea and all, it simply scares us. And so we told them the plain truth. And then on the 5th, I think, of January 2005, we flew back to India, to Kerala.
Oh, it's quite
That's some,
scary, actually, quite threatening, even if I'm hearing, because we think through images. So I'm
yeah,
just seeing all the, when you're saying the water till here. Oh my
yeah,
God,
yeah.
it's quite scary.
29 islands were affected, and then around 9 people were killed on our island alone,
Oh,
just on our own island. That's because of the walls falling onto them, and some of them just boats hitting them and all. Because suddenly the boats from the jetty side, or even the boats from wherever they were anchored, they all came to the island, and they were all different places. And Maldivian houses are not built to withstand such, what shall we say, natural disasters. They don't have deep foundation. They just go and collect the corals that are easily available from the sea, and then they come and build. Probably they finish building these within about a week or so. Their house is ready. So it is that kind of a foundation. So, hi, Sarah. So, how about you? Did you have to experience something like this?
actually, things have been happening in my surroundings, but I would not say that I am facing it. But
Hmm.
yeah, I know. Even my brother went somewhere yesterday. We really
Hmm.
like this place. It's just
Hmm.
not so far. It takes maybe just 5 to 10 minutes. But when
Yeah.
he went, literally the whole road is not there. Instead of
Hmm.
road, there is a big wavy river is there. So he said, okay, now
Oh,
where to go? And he just came back. So he was telling me
oh,
wherever he's going, these
mhm,
rivers are literally overflowed and
mhm,
they have
mhm,
ruined everything actually. So I have not faced such things, but yeah, it
mhm,
is happening in my surroundings. But when I hear this, as last time I was just watching videos in the tragedy happened in Punjab. It was
mhm.
quite heart wrenching actually.
Yeah, yeah, it was a heart-wrenching moment. Yes, such heart-wrenching moments happen almost all over the place in India. I think
Yes.
in Kerala it happens very often.
Mhm.
Then I think we have faced this too often in our life. My wife and I. I remember the 1992. We had a massive earthquake that happened 7.5, I think, on the Richter scale. And that time we were in Meghalaya, West Khasi Hills. Actually, we were in a place called Ryangdo. We were teachers there. No, 1992. I wasn't a teacher, but I was in Karbi Anglong in Assam that time. Karbi Anglong in a place called Diffu, and that time that was one of the worst earthquakes in 1992. Then later in 1996, we were stoned at very badly. For about 2 hours, our quarters was stoned and stoned and stoned. People literally threw those hard, what shall we say, rocks. See those pieces that the metals that you get ready for road construction, right?
Uh-huh.
Easily available. So we were teachers, and I don't know what the reason was, but then there were ruffians who stood against us, and then they continued to throw for about 2 hours, and then it happened in the middle of the night, and several stones happened to penetrate the windows and all that. That was a scary moment, really scary moment. That was not a natural disaster, but that is something where human beings, literally use their, what shall we say, freedom in the wrong way.
Yeah.
I would say that one. That was one. And then happened several earthquakes, yes, and then tsunami. And then there was a time I was supposed to have, I mean, in the Maldives, if you don't know how to swim, you should not venture into the deep waters. You should make sure that you stay somewhere. But there was a time when I followed one of my friends, and then I went with him. I was neck deep in water, and I could have easily been swept away. Yes,
Oh,
you
okay.
know, and then another time we were on an island, and then this island was just in the formation part of it. You can easily understand when the islands are being formed. You are on this island which is already formed, and then there is habitation, people are living and all that. Okay, now from there, if you watch, you will see all around you small, small, little island formations happening. So the first, the sand, just the sand. When there is the, what is it called, I think geographical term, when the water recedes, it's called when the high tide and the low tide. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Have you heard about the high tide and the low tide? So
Yes.
during the low tide, it looks absolutely, inviting, very attractive, so
Yeah.
that you would love to go to that island sand formation and
Uh-huh.
stay there, enjoy the sea, the blues, deep blue sea
Mhm.
around you.
Mhm.
I'm not wrong in telling you that three of the teachers, Indian teachers, I think two from that time, Andhra Pradesh, when it was still undivided, and
Mhm.
one from Tamil Nadu, if I'm not mistaken, they went there, and within a fraction of a second, they were carried away by the huge waves that
Oh.
came, because the low tide had just finished and the
Mhm.
high tide had just begun, and so they were swept away immediately, and later they got their bodies, I think, after a day or two, from another part of, because it
Mm.
is the vast Indian Ocean. So that is it. Then several times crisscrossing the Indian Ocean, the waves that will take you in these small boats, not even, they don't even have, or at that time they did not even have a, what is it called, the GPS, and nothing like that. So
Mm.
we were all the time, we were left to the mercy of nature. So, several times I think God has been very kind in preserving us, maybe for something more to come. I don't know. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, yes.
Actually, I have
Preserving.
never faced these type of things. These are so scary when even I'm hearing. Last time, I guess this year only, in
Mhm,
March, I went to Odisha, and
mhm,
no, nothing tragedy, but I was just
mhm,
simply seeing these, big sea and these lakes, and it was too scary. And
mhm,
sometimes when it is actually with waves, it is coming to you, that is
mhm,
even more scary.
Oh
And
my
now I
goodness.
can just imagine you are saying literally people were into that. So,
We were, because sometimes they transport us in such boats all the way from Male, the capital, to the various islands we are posted. So
okay.
this takes near about 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours, sometimes even overnight. And then it is not easy to sit on those, boats and then, particularly because you are not used to such journeys, and
Yes.
you begin to develop seasicknesses, right?
Actually,
And
yeah. I
yeah.
have been on board for 3 hours entirely, Chilka Lake. And
Hmm.
when I was there, I was just literally seeing it was like for good for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, but 3 hours. I was literally thinking, what's wrong? I was in the mid of the lake and I could not see anything at all. It was
Yeah, yeah,
so scary. At the
it
same
is
time, I
scary.
was getting bored now.
Very
Yeah.
scary. Yeah, in fact, after all these things happened to me, like this, one of my friends who is also a little bit into, what shall we say, into spiritual direction, he told me, Titus, from today onwards, you um, should not cross any water body. Like, don't be in a boat, don't be in this, don't be in that. Try to avoid the water as much as possible. I don't know
Okay.
how far that is true, but then that could be a sign that was given to him to tell me that I should avoid water bodies, be it
Oh,
dangerous or not. But even to that level, because several times I was saved from this water. There was a time when I was very young, I think when I was 8 years old, no, not 8 years old, when I was studying in year eight, I should have fallen into a cow dung pit.
okay.
Once you fall into cow dung pit, nobody can save you.
Yeah.
First of all, you have no way where you can get a grip. Your foot or your feet simply tries to find a grip, but you don't find it. And so you go the more you find a grip, the faster you go down, and nobody will even know that you are there.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
So
Now, are you into swimming?
now I do go here, but then I think I'm afraid these days can't go. Maldives we used to go almost every day. We used to go and swim and all. But here, because of the present kind of there is a new sickness that is here in Kerala. I think it is called what is it called? Brain eating.
Mm-hmm.
Something I don't know. There is something a very dangerous sickness that is now in the air here, and so we are asked to take care of ourselves. Try to
Okay.
stay away from swimming pools. Try to stay away from water bodies. Try to stay away from ponds and all that. So we are now trying to keep ourselves in our own homes. Stay put
Oh.
in one
Actually,
place.
Kerala is in my bucket list
Come,
because my brother has been there and I have just seen pictures. Wow, backwaters. That is something I
yeah,
am targeting that backwaters.
yeah.
So I just want to enjoy backwaters.
Many
Yeah,
people go to backwaters, particularly there is a houseboat ride which
yeah.
will take you. You can enter the houseboat maybe around 9 o'clock or sometimes even 9:30, and then they will keep you on board until 5 o'clock, 5:30 in the evening. And if you're willing to stay overnight, they will anchor the boat somewhere and you can spend the night on the boat. And the next day they will serve you breakfast and then they will send maybe even lunch. Then they will let you go. But
And
of
boat.
course, there are packages on the boat, and it is very nice because you see paddy fields, you see coconut groves, you see all these, and the backwaters itself, and you can see the sea from there a little bit far away from there, and you can see all the houses that are constructed and how the people actually. I think I would say Mahatma Gandhi, like what Mahatma Gandhi said once at least. He said, if you want to see the beauty of, if you want to see the real Indian population, Indian life, go into the villages. So here actually in Kerala, we don't have a village concept anymore. But if
Okay.
you want to see people living in, different lifestyles, you could go there on a boat. That is how the backwaters, especially this houseboat in the district of Alapi, will help you. And they will catch the fish there and then. They will ask you whether you need this or that to be fried or to be made curried. They will simply give you all that. And if you want an AC room, AC rooms are available. If you don't want AC rooms, non-AC rooms are available. So such facilities are always there. Paddy fields, that would be a wonderful experience. You see, coconut groves, wonderful experience again. And fish farms, again, another beautiful experience. Yes, if you look for backwaters. Yes, Sarah, I think I have been talking too much. You are not talking much. I really
Oh,
don't
I am
like to do
enjoying.
this. I tell you, I don't do this. I don't do this in any of the sessions. I want my today, for example. We have been discussing this one. It is called the what is it called? Communication,
Uh-huh.
the power of words, and it happened like this. I'm preparing a series of notes, like
Okay.
series of sessions. There are
Mm-hmm.
five sessions designed in this
Yeah.
particular series. It
Okay.
is actually five skills that we need in today's fast changing world. To live in today's fast changing world, we
Mm-hmm.
need five skills. And I have managed to gather four of them. The fifth one I'm still gathering. So I'm not sure of the fifth one, but I know for sure the first one, that is communication, the power of words.
Okay.
What do you have? What can you take away from that one? Just from the title. Tell me little about that title alone. Communication, the power of words. And this is one of the skills that we need to live in today's fast changing world.
Uh, I believe today we have access because this we have a lot of good and bad news. This infodemic world, I can say, and you your understanding, your thoughts, your everything is dependent on, I can say the words, I just heard this statement somewhere, not entirely this, but my thoughts will be limited, my understanding will be limited, everything will be limited if I
Mhm,
don't have power of words. At the same time, I will have access to knowledge,
mhm,
but I would
mhm,
not be able to, dive deeper into that. I would not be able
mhm,
to scratch the surface if I don't have
mhm.
power of words.
Right.
So,
And
yeah,
it is the power of words that help us to communicate. And
yes,
once you are able to communicate, then that is all that we need. Because what connection do we have from the brain and the lips? It
yeah.
is basically that ability to communicate. Okay, let me take you. As I look at the time, I see it's flying. It's fast. Okay, right. Number two, the second point that I have developed, and some of my learners are really happy to speak about that, that is adaptability, the power to change. This is
Okay.
the second skill that we need to live in today's fast changing society. I'm emphasizing the fact that it is fast changing society, fast changing world. And now I put this skill before you and I ask you, what is your takeaway on this one? We are living in a society where adaptability, the power of change is needed. Power to change.
Yeah. Because now the power to change. Yes, this is something I have heard from Chetan Bhagat, that
Mm,
Chetan Bhagat consider cockroaches
mm,
his role model. Why?
mm,
Because cockroaches have this ability to change, to adapt. And
mm,
now we
mm,
are living in this world which is continuously changing. So if we are
mm,
not changing, then
mm,
definitely we are stuck not just 2 months, 1 year, but 10 years back. People will
mm,
consider
mm,
you are 10 years late in this world. So
mm. Right.
that's why adaptability is so, so important. Whether it is communication, it can be any place, it can be thinking, it can be anything. So this is what I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yesterday, I think while speaking with one of my learners, if I remember him correctly, his name is Ganesh, and he told me, Titus, adaptability, the power to change is simply equivalent to, I think the right pronunciation, I'm not too sure, chameleon, that particular that particular animal, the reptile that keeps changing, that
Yeah.
takes that practices camouflage effects.
Hmm. Right.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
and it is so very important, particularly after the pandemic, after the COVID. Today, people are all willing to adapt, willing to practice adaptability. Now, for example, I mean, some of my learners are really great. They gave me examples. I can read from here. They gave me the example of Rajdoot motorcycles. Today, you may not have seen it, but in my younger days, there was Rajdoot motorcycles. Today, we don't have it. It's completely out of the market.
Yeah.
Nokia telephones, and
Uh-huh.
then another one they said is HMT watches. These companies refuse to change, refuse to adapt. And
Yes.
so today they are nowhere in the picture. Hey, let me tell you the third one, and then we stop with that. I'll tell you the third one is problem solving.
Mm-hmm.
Problem solving skills. Here, problem solving simply means ability to know my own problems and the
Mm-hmm.
ability to help others who have problems, similar problems, so that I can practice the habit of empathy.
Mm.
So that is it. I think these are some of the three of these that I would like to share with you, Sarah. I don't know whether you got anything from this session. I was simply talking and talking and talking too much. Normally, this is not my kind of my style.
Actually, I got more than of my expectation, first thing,
Okay.
and I
Hmm.
really enjoyed a lot. It's not like you were
Hmm.
talking. I was enjoying a lot actually. This is the thing.
Okay.
And I have just already gotten these 3 points: power of words and adaptability and problem solving skills. And this is
Hmm.
something so amazing, thrilling. I would even love to implement it in my life. And definitely I would take session because I want to know one more, which is left before
Okay. Two more, two more, two more, two
two
more
more
are
are
there. Yeah.
left. Yeah.
Okay. All
Yes.
right then, Sarah. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining. All the best to you.
Have a
Bye
nice
bye.
day. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.